Hi my friends, how you doing? Thank you so much dear volunteers for helping us and typing everything, having everything ready. I really appreciate your help. So when you finish, make sure you give to Andrew to edit because his English is perfect. Yes, okay? All right, my friends. And if anything I forgot, so please put the word that's missing, for that same subject, or 2 or 4 words, whichever it is that is missing, for us to write, ask the headquarters to write information about that. Okay? If you have already an idea, and if you want to add, you need to bring in a separate paper. You cannot put there on what we are writing. Okay? So we can examine, but in a separate email, in a separate paper with a separate email with the title, so the headquarters can examine that and have a proper check, and for the volunteers that are typing can do that. Okay? All right, so thank you so much my friends. Keep singing, keep eating healthy, keep playing with your children and teens, and keep working out and every day. All right, talk to you soon. Thank you. Those updates are from June 5th, 2022. Here they are. Okay, my friends, how are you doing? I hope everyone is doing really great. So we have some updates, June 5th. Okay, so here we are. So that's the first page, and this one we go until 1st of the year. And then we go here until they can bring. And then here's the last of the page. Okay, thank you volunteers for doing that. And we have this page until before that. Okay, and then we have this page here until types need. And then we have the last of the page. And this is a new page. We have until property. And then here it's another part until at home. Oops, was just a little bit, and here's the last line. Okay, so here's a new page until counters and sink. And then we have here one more big paragraph. Okay, so here, the last paragraph. Okay, so here it is a new page. Oh, that's really big. So let's just make a space here. And then we have this paragraph until here. If see someone. And then we have here the last paragraph. Okay, we're doing great. So here it is until little portion at. Here's one more paragraph until tabs you used. Oh, and that's the last line. Okay, we're doing great, my friends. Thank you so much. So this goes until here, the 4 or 6. And then here this paragraph goes until per year in the months of August and October. And the last little paragraph. Okay, so here we go, next page. Until for each. Here's one update. It's just an example for everything that we need. Still need, even soap, detergents, for clothes. And here the last paragraph for us to have durable, sustainable, washable containers. So we don't have to keep making containers. We make very strong ones, as those on the images. Disinfect every time you're gonna put a new product. The families can keep refilling them up or send to factories. Talk to you soon. So please already give ideas on which ones will be used for the families to refill, which one will be the most positive and sustainable, and which ones will be better to send to the factories, like larger containers, for them to bring big quantities to the families to be used. We also need a way to carry toilet paper from the factory to the places, like what type of bag will be reusable. Plastic bag needs to be plastic, but like we flip, how many rolls gonna fit in it, so families can get the bag and be used for many months, or a few months, or a few weeks. So we have to see what's the most sustainable, how many rolls, and what type of paper. One for everyone or two different types? Because the thick one is not good for septic tank. We cannot have that very thick one. We need thin ones, 1 or 2 ply, but need to be thin. That's mandatory for everyone. We're not going to have the very thick one because we're all gonna be having septic tanks, right? Or septic stations, right? Depending how many families will be using it. So it's very important. The quality needs to have a proper explanation really well for all countries to be doing the same way, that in a way that is safe for septic. So it will be sustainable, right? And in all the ways to make use of sustainable and positive. All right, thank you. Okay, here we have more updates for special details on how we're going to divide countries, states, and counties. Okay, so this is an example of a toothpaste tube, right? We open up here the top, right? And that's what we have, and that's detachable. We can screw over and take it out, okay? But it doesn't help much because it's very thick. The material is very thick, the paste. So it would be hard to disinfect and use for the falling part. So we're not using that, even that the cap is unscrewable, right? We can take it out. We're going to use something like that. Because, for example, for tea tree oil or for meat, we can mix with something just to be a little thicker, but we can use something like that. You see, it's removable, and the person can use just a drop, okay? I think that's the most sustainable for us to use it, okay? And it's easy, it's very hard, bottle, you see, it's very hard, and it easily can be used, disinfected, right? For the producers to put new contents and give to new families, okay? Or we are going to give the big bottles, right, with those items, and every family gonna keep pouring themselves and wash twice a year. That's another. Okay, my friends, so here we have a few more updates for knobs and switches to be really strong and really bulk and easy for everyone to manage of all ages. It should be 2 or 4. Everything we're doing 4 different things, because some plants, so we have, can learn about different ways and to be sustainable. All right, and then the family can purchase big bottles, such as 1 liter, 2 liters, right, and keep pouring and use along the year. All right, thank you. Okay, the other update is it's mandatory for all computers to don't have detachable cords. They're going to be connected and no one can take them apart. Okay, they are also going to be very short and very close to the plugs, the wall plugs. Okay, we're not going to have computers coming from the floor because then we need wires under the ground. We're avoiding all that. So in classrooms, the computer classrooms, the students going to be all around by the wall on proper counters, and the teacher is going to be passing. They can see what the students are working on it. Make sure they're working on their assignments and not in something else. That's for all age groups, okay? All age groups of all types. And here's also an improvement for elementary students. Okay, my friends, so here there are all the updates up to or from July 5th, 2022. Okay, talk to you soon. Have a great, awesome day. So for elementary students, second graders and up can also do their first tests on the computer just to be easier, on the schools that already have them, or as soon as they're gonna arrive anyways, right? For schools that do not have them in some countries, don't have them. Okay, so they can already do their test because it's too many, it's what billions, right, of children of all age groups. So for us to have this first test, this beginning of the year first test, this first test of the organization, so second graders and up can do that in everything that's possible, because the first test will be knowledge test, can be done on their own language, of course, so we know how much the children know. The main thing is not the English, all right? But as soon as this first test is over for everyone of all ages, then we're only going to focus on English, because the main thing is for us to know what each person knows or do not know. We are not counting what they have as diplomas and things like that, as already explained today. But the main thing is what they already know. So we can place the students on their specific class of things they have to learn according to their age group, right? And for adults, according to the area they want to study. Everyone is the basic, as I said today, according to their age. They need the high school basics as well. Older adults don't need that. They're just going to focus on their area, the area they want to study and graduate with the organization diploma, okay? Diplomas will only be given after the organization launching day. So everyone that's really knowledgeable, they can even have their PhD, even that they did not do their PhD, but they have to do their practicum. So they have to prove that they know the subject with the test they're going to be taking, and they also have to use these 28 weeks that in reality going to be about 24 weeks or so, right? Because many people going to know about this only afterwards, the organization already started. Okay, so let's say up to 24 weeks, they need to do their practicum. So they have to work in something that they want to have that diploma. That includes the associates, bachelor's, master's, PhD, okay? All right, and we are using, that's another update, we are not using associates first and bachelor's afterwards. We're going to change after the organization launching day. It's already changed. We're going to say the other way around. Bachelor's first, associates for the following 2 years, and then master's and PhD depending on the area. It can be 2 years, can be 4, right? Because some require really more study. Okay? We are not having any master's and any PhD that's 3 years. Or it's 2 or it's 4. Okay? So it's clear and it's positive number for everything. So it's authorized for people to take, let's say up to 2, right? Because some people are really knowledgeable and I think they can do that, up to 2 practicums and 2 PhD. Up to that, I think that's reasonable. No more, because then will be too much, because people will have family as well, and there will be too much. But people that pass on the tests and do the practical on that area, that's for all families, also for the headquarters. They can do that, okay? All right, and the diplomas will be given on the after the 28 weeks. We will let you know the proper month. We're gonna do that soon after, a week after, or 4 weeks after. So everybody have time to relax a little bit and then have a special party, right? A graduation party at the university. Everyone dress up. Oh, how beautiful and special. And have their diplomas handy right there, not days later, but right there on their hands. That would be really great. And that will be the transcript that we will keep for everyone. Only for those that will be having the tests all done and how was their score, for each single test. They need to do that. And of course, they also need to pass on the English test. Because if they are getting a diploma, will be in English, right? So they can do the first test, they can do everything on their own language, because during the 28 weeks, everyone can do that. But before the end of the 28 weeks, people that want to have their university diplomas, they also need to have the English test. It's 4 levels, okay, for them to have PhD, right? Okay. So for masters and PhD, for the person to have that diploma, they need to pass level 4, English level 4, okay? So those interested in doing that, they can advance all their tests on their own language, and then they can focus on the English for the last, keep practicing along the whole weeks, but do the test at the end of the 28 weeks. That's okay as well. Soon as they finish before everything they need to do, then it's okay. All right? They have to remember that those are together with the 2-year course. So they need to do assignments for the 2 years course, because all the university courses will have the 2-year nature course together with it. Okay? So they have also to do assignments for that, not only on their own area, such as thesis, and the practical reports for all those things. Okay? All right. Thank you, volunteers, for writing down everything, improving my words. So no one of any age will have transcript for the score to have the score. They're only gonna show the diploma and transcript to prove they already attend university. And people that are older can do the test anyways, don't need to do the high school test. Such as elders that are very knowledgeable, they don't have to do any test of the high school core classes, right? They can go ahead to the area test. Okay, that will be really great. So many people can study hard, work hard, and have their diplomas to start a new life with great jobs, already during the 28 weeks. And we also know that some jobs gonna, really diminish after the 28 weeks, such as people that work with construction, items, and many things that we're not going to use for many years, such as people that produce paint or painting, transportation and painting materials and the paint itself, things like that. So there are many jobs, and so people can help now, but already think which new job they're gonna have after the organization launching day. Already do their interviews, already have plan where they're going to work after, for those people that are changing job positions that we won't have much in the future. Okay, here's more updates. Okay, so I told you, right, about the White Horse City line. That's the line here. Above this line, it's a 60 degrees. So above this line, I already said, right? Remember? The White Horse City? Okay, right here. So no one gonna live above that line because not sustainable. It's very hard to plant food, and we're not going to bring food to other countries anymore. People can have some greenhouses, some nurseries in cold areas. Yes, they can, but it's not sustainable to have huge ones as well. All right. Okay, so here's the line. I'm just going to give an example of how we are going to divide the new countries. So, for example, here for Russia, I said we're going to divide in those 4 parts, right? And we're gonna see which names will be the most sustainable to have them. But I just want to say we're going to use, you see here, as they use here, they made a division, with that included, this river, right? That's Guba, Obskaya Guba River, or lagoon, I don't know how they call it, but they include it on the same state there, right? But we're not going to do that. We're going to do exactly the opposite. When is a river, lagoon, or mountain range, we're going to use what nature already formed for us to divide states, divide countries, okay? Just to be clear. All right, thank you. Okay, thank you so much, my friends. I see you soon.